Hi everyone, my name is Maxim and I'm the CEO of MarketsView. Today I'm going to introduce the concept of dividends. Dividends are very important when you talk about your financial gains from the stock market. So what is a dividend? A dividend is an amount of money paid to you by the company whose shares you own. So how does it work? From the profit that the company gains, the net profit, the board of directors decide that they're going to pay a certain percentage to their shareholders as a reward for holding the shares of the company. That is where the dividend comes from. So different companies pay different rates of dividends. I'm going to talk mostly about Nike today, which is a sportswear company you should be aware of. Okay, we have recently provided a report on Nike on our website, marketsview.tilde.ws. So you can go and have a look at that report if you want. Now, dividends. We now know what it is. We should now realize how do we actually decide if the dividends are high or low. To do that, we introduce the concept of a dividend yield. Dividend yield is a ratio which allows you to understand how high the dividends are compared to the share price. The formula is now on your screen. Dividend yield is the annual dividends paid by the company per share, which is total annual dividends divided by the number of shares. And you then divide that, the annual dividend per share, by the stock price. So what this allows you to see is how much you get in dividends related to the stock price that you pay in the first place to get that share. I'm going to give you one statistic which you should also be able to see on the screen. Now, the dividend yield for Nike at the moment, the 5-year dividend yield, is 1.07. This means that if you buy stock of Nike, in dividends, you will receive around 1% of the price of the stock. You can, again, get more information in our report on Nike. That's the concept of dividend yield. Now again, as in any other videos on financial valuation metrics, how do we use that? Does the dividend yield of 1% tell us anything? No, it definitely doesn't. Obviously, it gives you a broad idea. If you are happy with that 1%, you may go and invest in hope for dividends, or if you're not, you may not invest. However, I would again advise to compare that dividend yield to those of the competing companies. If the companies that compete have similar dividend yields, then you should clearly look at other financial valuation metrics. To be honest, you need to look at other financial valuation metrics anyway, even if dividend yields differ substantially. However, you may compare the dividend yields of different companies and decide which one is a better investment in terms of dividends. You can also compare the dividend yield of the year which you're looking at to the previous years, which will show you if the company has increased or decreased its dividends. However, the price of the stock may also affect that, but changing dividend yield will definitely give you some information on what the company does in terms of dividends. Do all companies pay dividends? Well, they don't. The biggest example not paying dividends will be Amazon, the company owned by Jeff Bezos. They don't pay dividends, and their argument is, well, we don't pay dividends, but we reinvest all of our profits back into the company. So they encourage people to buy their shares. They encourage investors to get into Amazon by buying the shares. And they say that the share prices of Amazon are going to rise and rise and rise because Amazon is reinvesting all of its profits back into the company. You should be a bit more aware of the concept of dividends now, and the following videos on dividend cover ratio should also give you some more information on how to use dividends further. Thanks for watching, and I hope you will stay tuned for the following videos.